Hello, beautiful Gemini, and welcome to your May astrological chat for 2021. Now, May is a very fruitful month, I would say. Fruitful in that it's the beginning of change. It's the beginning of the actual action of 2021. We have had some, but I would say it's a continuation of April in some ways, because there is this transformation. But April found us doing a lot of internal work. Even if we took external actions, there was a lot of internal work going on. Now, May is the beginning of May, I would say the first half, is pretty free-flowing, pretty relaxed, and it looks pretty tranquil. And it's really in the second half of May that we see the movement, that we see there is action towards change. There are nudges towards change, and we may see or may hear some beginnings of that at the beginning of the month, but mostly towards the middle and end of the month. It's looking more exciting, if you want to put that twist to it. Now, for you, Gemini, it's looking, there's a lot of 12th house action, and some first house, and then also 9th house. So there's a lot of spirituality, a lot of internal work, creative work happening for you, and it's also working with your beliefs, with your higher understandings, with your higher perspectives, and yes, a very transformational month in that way. Again, I use the word transformation a lot in this year because it is a year of change and transformation and shift, and this is a wonderful thing because it felt like 2020 we were so stuck. 2020 was, a crazy year, and now we're transitioning. So with that, let's continue with this exciting month of May, relaxing and exciting. And let's get into your months and your day-to-day for May. All right, Gemini, so starting off the month on the 2nd of May, we have Mercury in Taurus trining Pluto in Capricorn. This is happening between your 12th and your 8th house. Very transformational, very spiritual, very internal, very creative. Now, Mercury in Taurus is in your 12th house, trining Pluto in Capricorn in your 8th house. So there's communication, internal communication, creative and spiritual communication, in harmony and free flow. You might not even notice it because it's a trine, it's flowing so nicely. It's trining the planet of transformation in your 8th house. So in Capricorn, it could be other people's resources. There's some harmonious aspect with other people's resources, with also, this is deeper transformational matters for you. The resolution of a trauma or something like that, through creativity, through spirituality, through meditation. So the first part of the month, or this first couple days, is looking very, very nice, very smooth, in healing. And Venus is also there helping. It's very serene with Venus there. It's sextiling Neptune and Pisces. This is between your 12th and your 10th house. So there's beneficial aspect in career as well. It could be that you're feeling very peaceful, and that's flowing very nicely in your work towards career, towards higher aspirations, to your higher goals. And this looks very, very peaceful here. Now, May 3rd comes, And at 10:49 p.m., Mercury enters Gemini. This is in your first house, of course. It's very personal, and it's your personal planet coming into the sign. So you're going to feel very comfortable, more in your own skin. And I can attest to this a little bit because I have some of that in my chart as well. And I feel very, very much in my element. Now, on the same day, with that elemental shift, I feel like this is earlier in the day because Mercury is in Taurus and it's squaring Jupiter in Aquarius, I believe, right before, earlier in the day before it gives you that feeling like coming into your own skin later at that night. It's in your 12th house. So there's a culmination, there's the square, actionable square between your spirituality and your beliefs and your higher understanding. So where are you questioning your beliefs, and where are you transforming or transcending it with your creativity, with your spirituality? And the sun is also squaring, Sun in Taurus is also squaring Saturn in Aquarius in your 9th house. So there's effort here, there is vitality in your spiritual house, in your in that creative, illusory world. That's really helping you transcend. It's pushing towards transcendence in the way you expand and structure your beliefs, or it could be higher knowledge from an institution, and it's like there's friction that's changing either your meditative practices, the way you view spirituality. Maybe you're learning something new, and it's transforming that or transcending that for you in some way, or vice versa. So yeah, it's looking very, very deep but peaceful in the beginning of May. Now, May 5th, it's Happy Cinco de Mayo. For those who celebrate, of course, most of us do. It's a very fun day. Now, on that day, May 5th, at 1:13 a.m., Jupiter is quintiling Uranus, and that's between your 9th and your 12th house. Now, Jupiter expands. The quintile is it's neither good nor bad. It's just an aspect of, what is it? Like an anxiety plus excitement. So let's lean more towards excitement. You can turn and transform anxiety to excitement very easily, just by getting jazzed. Get jazzed about something that you may be apprehensive about. But with Jupiter quintiling Uranus between your 9th and your 12th house, this is like new beliefs. This is like expanding beliefs and your spirituality growing, your creativity growing, or your creativity or spirituality growing your beliefs. And you might feel a little anxious about this growth, but get excited about it. It's something that's really good for this whole year, and it can give you the momentum that you need as well. Now on the 6th, the next day, we have Venus in Taurus trining. This is a harmonious aspect, Pluto in Capricorn, between your 12th and your 8th house. So this is wonderful. This is Venus blessing, it's in that 12th house, moving you forward in some, pulling through some trauma, or this is like a spontaneous healing of a traumatic time that you may have had in April. April, towards the end of the month, Pluto was doing some interesting things, and it brought up a lot of stuff. And I feel like this is like gentle resolution at the beginning of the month, spiritually in a deep way, with the resources of other people, or other people in general, between you and other people. And there's some healing here, it looks like, and deep transformation. And you're stronger because of it. This is really wonderful for you, Gemini. I believe that this is something that was very needed. Again, on May 6th, another healing aspect. At 1:33 p.m., your true node or north node is sextiling Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer, and the true node, the north node of destiny, is kind of where you're headed in this world. And you kind of have this assurance. This is feeling like this is like an assurance for you. You're self-assured that you did the right thing back in April, or you made the right actions, and you're getting confirmation. And it's between your first and your 11th house, so it's personal. It has to do with you, and then also friends or organizations and things like that. You're feeling confident. You're feeling healing in your philanthropies, and kind of like those philosophies that you had for philanthropy and for moving forward in social media and with your friends and organizations. This is a really good thing because it's going to set you up for success later on. Now on May 8th, we have another aspect at 4:51 a.m. Most of you guys will be asleep. Most people will be asleep, especially because this is East Coast time. A lot of the times I give you here our East Coast time. You can adjust for your time zone. In our time zone, it's Pacific time, 3 hours earlier, which is 1:51 a.m. Most people will be asleep unless you're staying up late. And on this day, we have Ceres, the asteroid, entering Taurus, which is in your 12th house. And this is really apropos for you guys with the healing that's going on in those arenas, the hidden, the deeper, the spiritual areas of your life, and creative as well. Ceres is the asteroid related to nurturing agriculture, bountiful growth and harvest and all those things. And it looks like you're getting some nurturing from that in that 12th house to transcend the things that you've been going through as well. Now on May 8th, again, later that day, 10:01 p.m., Venus is entering Gemini in your first house, of course. Now, with Venus entering that first house, it's bringing you a lot of needed, it's like a glow up. It's bringing you a lot of needed healing. It could be like just that people notice that you have a glow about you. You look better. Many times people feel like their skin or their hair looks nicer. And Venus comes to every sign. It goes around the signs, and it pretty much recharges you in that zone of beauty and value, and the way you value yourself as well. And this is really nice for you guys, Gemini, because before it comes into your sign, many times you feel like you really needed that. So that's wonderful. Now on the 11th, a few days later, we have another beneficial aspect, Mars in Cancer, sextiling Uranus in Taurus. This is between your 2nd and your 12th house. This is wonderful nurturing actions in your financial zone, or just how you value yourself, your value set. And it's in beneficial working aspect to Uranus and Taurus in your 12th house. So you're valuing your spirituality, your meditations, whatever internal work you're doing is helping you take action and value yourself even more than you did before, or helping your financial situation as well, because you're taking action to fix something financially as well with that aspect. And that's just in time for the new moon on the same day at 3 p.m. Eastern time, 12 p.m. Pacific time. It's giving you that new moon in Taurus in your 12th house. It's setting up your internal world, your creative internal world, the behind the scenes of your life, to plant new seeds there. And it looks like you're doing it in a healthy way because you've had this healing going on. in that deep psyche area, and you're taking that nurturing action to value yourself even better. This is very wonderful for you guys. And now on the 12th, the next day, Mercury in Gemini, trine, most beneficial aspect. Saturn in Aquarius. This is between your 1st and your 9th house. So the beliefs you have about yourself, you're communicating within yourself. You're having new structures to the way you believe about yourself, the way you believe about life. This is a perspective glow up. This is a seeing things glass half full instead of glass half empty. This is wonderful. You're gonna, honestly, the way the month is showing up later, all this beneficial energy is needed, because once Mercury goes retrograde and you're reviewing, you want to review with the right mindset, and with the full moon total lunar eclipse happening in your house of relationships later in the month, this is going to help you, recharge you, and help you see things through those times where there's so much energy going. Now, where was I? On the 13th, moving on, at 6:36 p.m. Eastern Time, 3:36 West Coast Pacific Time, Jupiter, the planet of expansion, is entering Pisces, which it hasn't done in about 10, 11 years. Last time I believe was in, January 2010, I believe, around that time. And some of the themes that were happening back then could be repeating, but I feel like it's even more beneficial than it was back then. At least that's, like Jupiter says, it's the hope. But really, I think we're building towards better things, so that sets it up already. But Jupiter's already the planet it's a benefic planet, and it's entering that 10th house for you guys. And with all this internal work you've been doing, it's been very helpful, and now you're ready to enter into that 10th house of career, of higher visibility, of goals and legacy, and just that dream career, that dream that you've been having for yourself, and to get out there. This is wonderful. Now, on the same day, I think this is, again, yes, on the same day you have the Sun in Taurus in your 12th house, sextiling Neptune in Pisces in that 10th house. So again, to add to Jupiter entering Pisces, you have the Sun in Taurus, that 12th house energy, that healed creative energy, blessing in a functional, benefic aspect. Neptune in Pisces in that 10th house. So Neptune in Pisces sees Jupiter come in, and then the Sun is sextiling it, and it's saying, whoa, you guys, thank you. Thank you for helping this party with your confidence, with your internal healthy self that's coming through for Geminis right now. And moving on to the 17th, we have the Sun in Taurus, and it's trining Pluto in Capricorn. So another really beneficial aspect, the trine, very, very good. With that Sun in Taurus trining Pluto in Capricorn between your 12th and your 8th house. So this internal sunshine literally is really blessing that transformation happening for you in the house of transformation, in that healing house, that deep healing with Pluto in Capricorn, which is already culminating into its later degrees. This transformation is going, this healing is happening, Gemini, this healing is happening for you. And this is really a good thing, because the 8th house is not an easy transit, depending on each person's specific moon, sun, and ascendant. But for people with heavy Gemini energy, it hasn't been the easiest, and this is like the sun shining through for that. Now on May 19th, at 3:12 p.m., we have a moon in Leo in its final degree, and I think that's why it's important to highlight it, because it's a strong moon on that day, the 19th at 3:12 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. around noon in Pacific Time. And it's very fun, creative energy to have, and that's in your 3rd house of communication. So, and on that same day, we have a trine. So this is a really good day for that communication. And with Venus and Gemini trining Saturn and Aquarius between your first and your ninth house, you know, there's like love coming from you, and it's really benefiting your, you know, with all this transformation you're going through, benefiting ninth house, Saturn ninth house, the structure you're having in your belief system, it's being transformed as well. It's being, there's a shine there. There's, you're structuring now with the daylight, with the loving, with the love you're having for yourself. It's helping you structure your perspective and giving you a better, higher perspective as well. Now, on May 20th, at 3:37 p.m., the sun is entering Gemini. It's your season, Gemini. That's why I'm so glad that this, I'm just, you know, seeing a lot of really good healing right before your birthday. Now, the sun is entering Gemini at 0 degrees 00 exact, 3:37 p.m., May 20th. This is in your first house. You know, and as soon as it hits your season, there is action happening. Action meaning squares. You know, don't worry. I really feel like these squares are like most squares, but since Jupiter is there, the planet, the most benefic planet, and then Neptune as well, being compassionate and loving planet, I believe these squares are moving you forward. They're pulling you through. They're there to guide you, and they're wanting you to take action. They're helping you take action. So on the 21st, we have the sun in Gemini in your sign, squaring Jupiter in Pisces. Now, Jupiter and Pisces are expanding, and they're pulling you, and you know, you might have that hesitation, but they're kind of nudging you. You know, even the most benefic planets can nudge. So they're nudging you towards action in your career, in your goals, in your higher aspiration. And Mercury in Gemini the next day on the 22nd is squaring Neptune in Pisces as well. I feel like this is like no, I don't want to go. You know, I don't want to. There's some hesitancy for Geminis. But with Jupiter and Neptune there, they're giving you that compassion. They're giving you that come on, let's go. You know, it's exciting. And you're going to move forward in your career and your higher aspirations. And I think you guys have really been desiring that. So you know, there's this idea of do it afraid, do it, you know, if you don't feel ready. Sometimes you are ready, but you don't feel ready. And it's important to move forward, you know, taking all the focus, obviously, and as much as you can in preparation, but moving forward. Now, on May 23rd at 5:19 a.m., Saturn is turning retrograde, and that's in your ninth house. So retrogrades are times of review. They're times of, with Saturn, you're reviewing how you've restructured, all the ways you've restructured your belief system. That's the ninth house in Aquarius. Ways that you've restructured recently the belief system since Saturn's been in Aquarius. And, you know, looking back, it's a take a look back. It's sometimes you go into similar habits that you did, but that's a part of the review system. And with the reviewing of structures, you can work out the kinks as well. And the parts that you don't have kinks in the structure, you appreciate them, and they strengthen as well. Now, on the 26th, we have the full moon total lunar eclipse in Sag, which is your seventh house. And that is relationships. That's other people. It's like one-on-one relationships. It's not necessarily like other people's resources so much. It does have that, but it's not. It's more just your direct relationship with them. Partnerships, could be a contract you have with someone as well. And that's coming to a culmination in a big way. They say that the lunar eclipse is like a full moon. The full moon total lunar eclipse is like a full moon on steroids. Now, so it's just bringing everything to a head. It's, you know, it's expanding in a huge way. Well, with that expansion, you also release things. So there's some things ending, And there's new beginnings as well with that. So you're asking yourself the questions like, what do I really want in a partnership? Who do I want to continue with, energies, and who or what am I leaving behind with relation to other people or with myself? And this is really a wonderful thing. There's cleansing here, and or how you relate to people as well. Like, what do I want to leave? What do I want to take? So this is wonderful. There could be moments that feel a little bit more uncomfortable, and emotional with the lunar eclipse there, but it's all for the better, and it's all for moving us forward. Now on the 27th, Gemini, we have Venus in Gemini in your sign, squaring Neptune in Pisces. The Sun did it, the Mercury did it, now Venus is doing it. So your value, Venus is a value system. It's a loving, beautiful planet, and it's squaring Neptune in Pisces. So with your values, and then the image you have for your career, it's just an aspect saying how can they work together? How can they work to move forward what you love and values and all that, and the image of your career and everything? Let's resolve this. So the square also helps that move forward and resolve. Sometimes it could be in the form of some friction of how do I do this? What do I do? How do I structure, or how do I value myself in a way that is in harmony with my career? And that takes a little bit of work sometimes, and that's fine. That's growth. So it's great. Now on May 29th, 6:34 p.m. Eastern time, which is 3:34 p.m. Pacific time, we have Mercury going retrograde. We've had Mercury in shadow for a week and a half, 2 weeks, I don't know, and we've been feeling it coming on, but it's direct. It's a full-on retrograde on that day, May 29th. So, and that's in your first house. So you could feel a little bit like you're reviewing things about yourself. You're reviewing things about your person, your personality, your just things that you've done, and it's very direct for you. Now, the fact that Mercury is in its domicile in Gemini, in its home, it makes a lot of astrologers are saying that it makes things a lot smoother. Whether it's technical difficulties or car issues or whatever it is, or, word fumbles within yourself, it tends to be a little bit smoother than other retrogrades. Not that these mistakes or things won't happen, but that they will be resolved more smoothly, which is wonderful, because you'll be able to review yourself in a more clear way than you have before, and make the necessary changes, work out the kinks, and resolve everything much more smoothly. So, and again, on the same day, we have Venus there helping. Mercury in Gemini conjunct Venus in Gemini in your first house. So it's beginning this retrograde in a loving manner. The planet of love, the planet of a benefic planet, just wants to help you guys in this retrograde to make it as smooth and wonderful as possible. I'm gonna love to see how that works out as well, so that I can talk to you guys more about it after the experience of it. This is wonderful. So now on the 31st, we have another very sweet aspect to end the month on a higher note. After a month of so much happening. So we have, on the 31st, we have Mars in Cancer, trining Neptune in Pisces. That's between your 2nd and your 10th house. So we have a nurturing action from Mars in Cancer, trining Neptune in Pisces, dreaming Neptune in Pisces in your 10th house. So how are your house of values, your house of your value system, your material goods, how are you using them to with the trine there, you are using them. You're using your resources, your personal resources, in a very harmonious and easy way to aid in your career development and your dreams as well. This is amazing. This is like, okay, you're working towards your dreams, and it's happening in a really warm way. So Gemini, I think your birthday season is beautiful. It's transformational, it's transcendental, and I'm excited. It's not saying that this month will have like moments of whoa, you know, but it's whoa to like it's a woe to being in awe. I believe that we're moving towards better and greater things. So with that, I want to wish you a great month, and please feel free to share, like, subscribe, all those good things, and yeah, have a beautiful start to summer. And you know, it's getting warmer, so just enjoy that wherever you are, and I hope to see you guys next month, and thank you so much. Take care.